Hi folks, Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and tonight I'm showing you around a S-Reg, what will that be, 1998 model Toyota Starlet. So, I'm just double checking this. 98 means it's what, 24 years old now, this little car is. But it's only done 73,000 miles. It came in part exchange today. It's not immaculate by any stretch of the imagination. I'll take you around the car in a minute and show you some of its good and not so good points. But they're great little cars, these are, very reliable. And with only 73,000 miles on it, it's got to be a great little starter car for someone, or just a cheap little mode of transport for someone back and forth to work. Obviously, they're like a Fiesta-sized hatchback, but a Fiesta-size back from 1998. So it's actually a lot smaller than the current Fiesta. It's more on line with sort of a KA size, I guess. It does look quite petite compared with a lot of the other cars in the yard here. You might have noticed that there's no wheel trims on this side of the car. That's as it's come in. And I'm actually showing you the car literally about 10 minutes after the customer's left, who part exchanged it, because I just want to show you literally as it's come into us. We're not going to tart it up or mess around with it at all, this car. It's got an MOT till somewhere near the end of the year. It's done 73,000 miles, and the garage that I actually use, who prep all our cars, they've actually been maintaining this car for the last few years, so I know it's been looked after, and it's you know, being maintained very well. So there's probably not a lot more I can tell you about the exterior sort of features of the car. There's not even a lot of interior features, to be honest with you. It's got a cassette deck instead of a CD player. But what I can show you some of the little minor blemishes on the car, because it's an old car. If I zoom in a bit here, you can hopefully see, look, the bonnet has got 24 years worth of stone chips. They're not horrific. I zoomed right in to show you them then, but they are evident there. If I look at this wing, there's obviously had some paint at some point, and there's a little bit of rust coming through as well. And that's a similar feature throughout the car. There's tiny bits of rust coming through on some of the panels, and this panel in particular has had some less than perfect spray work done on it. It doesn't look horrendous, but it's not completely colour matched, so you can tell if you look closely that that's had paint. And you can see there's a bit of rust coming on the inside of the arches there, but it's not terrible. The worst bit really probably is this bubbling by here. So, you know, not something that's of huge concern in this sort of price range, but it is evident it's not a mint car. Coming around the back of it, well, it's got a reasonable sized boot. In fact, I can show you that. It hasn't got central lock in this car, so I've got to do everything with a key. I'll just turn that like that. And there's my boot. It's even got split fold seats. So, pretty clean and tidy in there, as you can see. This side is similar again. It's clearly had some paintwork again on this arch, so someone at some point has caught these two wheel arches. The wheel trims are missing, but I'll probably put a set on it just for the sake of a 10-20 quid, just to tart it up a little bit for you. But, you know, yeah, if you can imagine it with a pretty set of wheel trims on it, that's pretty much how it's going to be going out to a customer. Obviously, it'll be checked to make sure it's all roadworthy and everything works on it. But I know it will be, because it's a 1990s Toyota. They never go wrong. And it's only done 73,000 miles. And it's just been serviced by my local garage, who I trust to service all our cars. So I know the car's pretty reliable. In fact, I'm actually going to drive it home tonight to have a little spin of it and see what it's like, because I'm a bit of a car geek and I kind of like these older cars. I get a bit nostalgic driving them. Just show you the interior. And this is really good news. It's immaculate in here. It's absolutely spot on. It's got the original Toyota mats look. The seats don't look as if they've ever been sat in, hardly. Pull this one forward. The back of it really doesn't look like it's ever been sat in. I mean, it's immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. It's got nothing in the way of luxuries whatsoever. It hasn't even got electric windows. In fact, it hasn't even got a window winder on this side, although I'm sure I'll be able to order you one of them off eBay. But wind-up windows, no central lock-in, cassette player, obviously no aircon. It has got a driver's airbag though, and it has got power steering. It's just an honest little car, this. With 73,000 miles in it. I'd trust this car over most new stuff, because these 1990 Toyotas, they were brilliant. We've got a courtesy car that we lend to customers occasionally. And it's a slightly newer model, and this is a 2003 Toyota Corolla. And it's immaculate. It drives like new. It's so reliable, and I use it myself half the time because it's very rarely out, so I just end up running around in it. Turn my radio 2 down on my cassette deck. I haven't got a rev counter, but I'll give it a rev anyway. It's a zippy little engine, that. It sounds great. There's no tappety noises, there's nothing. No exhaust blows. It's actually a hell of a lot better, this car is, than I thought it would be. Because I knew it was coming in, and I knew it was a 24-year-old car. I wasn't expecting a lot of it. But I think this will make a great little car for someone if you just want something to nip about him. Yes, it's no motorway cruiser, guys, but if you just doing a sort of short commute each day, or if you've got someone who wants to learn to drive in a car that is pretty simple and basic, and let's face it, just very easy to drive, because I can see every single corner of this car, whereas in some of these new super minis, my own daughter was really struggling in it recently in a DS3 because she just couldn't see out of the thing. So, you know, Toyota Starlet's an easier car to drive. It's smaller, it's more compact, it's got better vision because you've got this massive glass area in older cars, which they don't tend to put on newer ones in order to make them a bit chunkier looking, and in order to make them slightly better in the crash testing, in fairness. They've hired the waistline on cars in general, which is a good thing unless you actually need to be able to see out of it. And if you're a young driver, you can see the view I've got on this. It's brilliant. You know what? I know kids these days tend to all want the latest car with the latest colour and everything else, but if you just want to get on the road, get one of these. When I was a kid, that's what we used to do. Get an old car and, you know, use it and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the freedom of being able to drive. So, if I was learning to drive again, I'd probably pick this little Starlet to run around in. And tonight, guys, I really am going to take this home with me. It's got 3/4 of a tank of fuel in it. Let me know what you think. I can't guarantee the 3/4 of a tank of fuel will still be there, because I'll probably end up using this car for a couple of days and having a bit of fun with it. But I can guarantee you it will still be running like it is now, and it'll still look, if nothing, better than this, if anything, because I'm going to put some nice trims and stuff on it and replace that window winder. My number is 07932 873 646. I don't often advertise cars like this on our main account, and I certainly don't normally put them on the YouTube channel, but to me this car's a lot more interesting than a lot of the newer stuff that we've got here. 73,000 miles, guys, MOT'd I think till November. I can't see anyone part exchanging something for this. I think this will be someone's first car, but if you have got a part X, it is an option. I do offer delivery as well. I wouldn't, you know, I will need to charge you for delivery on a car this price if it's over 25 miles from me, but I'm still happy to do delivery if it's of interest. Give me a call if it's of interest to you and we would work a deal out for you. 07932 873 646. If it doesn't actually make its money, I will keep this as a second courtesy car for the business, because I think they're that good. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.